If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. This Monday night, witness the end of an era. John Cena takes center stage for his final appearance ever on Monday Night Raw. One last match, one unforgettable farewell. Come celebrate the legacy of a true WWE legend. Monday Night Raw, November 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, only on Netflix. Be there for the moment everyone will be talking about.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And join us now to talk about all of this and the politics that the Democrats have been playing at Americans' expense. Claudia Tenney, the great Congresswoman from New York. Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining us. Your reaction to tonight and also what the Democrats pulled this country through. And at the end of the day, they could have just signed this weeks ago. This never needed to happen.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rita. It's so great to be on, and I'm so relieved that we can now have our government function. So many people were vulnerable in this, and as you know, and we outlined every single day, I want to say kudos to our House Speaker and also to Leader Thune and all of our leadership teams for keeping us together and making sure that we were telling the American people exactly what this fraudulent, phony operation was by the Democrats. There really was no health care crisis. The only crisis is the Unaffordable Health Care Act, which they created, which is wreaking havoc on everyone. It's hurting small businesses. It's hurting consumers everywhere. And they used it because this is one of their options that they use. This is all they have. They don't want to talk about all the good things that are happening with the economy. And their mission was to shut down the government, to counter President Trump, to hurt the American people, to create misery with the American people, because it doesn't matter how badly they hurt them as long as they can get power back. And that's what it's really all about. And it was just disgusting to watch this go on for the last 42, 43 days. But the American people, I think, saw through it. We had resolve. We showed them that we are going to fix these problems and solve them, that it is not going to be power at all costs, that President Trump is doing everything he can to try to help the American people. You know, he found ways during the shutdown. Remember, Rita, what happened? I mean, the president went and found research and development money to make sure our troops got paid in the beginning. He found tariff money to make sure that the WIC payments were made. He was trying to find a way to fund SNAP, but unfortunately, that was an emergency fund and a contingency fund that he couldn't use legally as the executive branch without an appropriation coming from us. This had to get done. We had to get the government open, and I am so relieved. And another thing, Rita, not only did the American people suffer, we hurt our country. Our readiness was at stake, our vulnerability. You know, I'm glad you played all those wonderful Marine ads before I came on. My son is actually a major in the Marine Corps, and he serves in the intelligence field, and I serve on the Intelligence Committee. We put our entire nation at risk when we are shutting down our government, not making sure we're getting the absolute most best use out of everyone that's serving us. These are all problems that they created, and a chaos that they created, all for power, all because they had the inability to stand up to the far left. They needed their base to stay with them to get through the elections in Virginia, to get through the elections in New Jersey, and to get their leader of the Democratic Party now is Zohran Mamdani, the mayor-elect of our nation's largest city, a Marxist, a person who is against the police, who is talking about anti-Semitism and demoralizing our police and everyone that serves in law enforcement. This is the new leadership of the Democratic Party: Zohran Mamdani, Bernie Sanders, and AOC. And it's really a disaster for the Democrats, but it's dangerous for our country.
Right.
We need to continue to stand up.
No, you are absolutely right. It is. It's dangerous for America. And they clearly are now ruling this party. Even Bernie Sanders essentially said as much. We just have a minute or so left, Congresswoman, but I want to get your sense. What was it like in the room when the historic vote came down? Was, I'm sure, relief also that it finally happened, too.
Yeah, very exciting. I have to tell you, for me, my district is farmland up in upstate New York, the fifth largest agricultural district in the entire country. We went through a harvest season with a shutdown, and a lot of our farmers depend on some of the programs that keep our farmers competitive and also keep our farmers in business. They weren't able to get some of their payments because of the shutdown. Our small businesses were suffering. We know that our economy needs to grow. And remember something, Rita, our economy is about to take off. The Democrats want to make sure that there isn't a Trump economy, that they destroy it so that they can take back power. Imagine wanting to hurt the American people and hurt this country and our future that depends on economic strength and economic dominance here and around the world, and taking that away from us, regardless of whether you like President Trump or not. You're hurting the American people from their own prosperity in order to take power. That's the real disgusting part about all this. That's the reason Democrats should never be allowed to hold power with a group like these Marxists that are now in power now.
Yeah, and I'm afraid it's probably going to get worse with them before it gets better. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, thank you so much for joining us on such an enormous news night, and bravo to the Republicans there and the 6 Democrats who joined you for doing the right thing. You guys have been fighting the good fight. And at the end of the day, the Democrats got nothing. The American country got punished, as we saw. And thank goodness you and your colleagues and President Trump are now reopening the government. Thank you very much. It's really great to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Rita. Thanks for your great work.
You too, my friend. Thank you.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.